What's up, everybody? James Bushell here, and I want to welcome you to the finale of my Dany vs. Stannis series. The first video got great reception, wonderful comments. I want to thank everyone that commented, and I want to thank my new subscribers. Greatly appreciate it. Today's video won't be something as tangible. We're going to be talking prophecy. So, not really, I'm not going to bring up any predictions or anything, but I want to, in specific, in particular, I want to talk about the House of the Undying prophecy, and also a vision that Stannis had in the flames. So let's go straight into it. This is from A Clash of Kings, Daenerys 4. Glowing like sunset, a red sword was raised in the hand of a blue-eyed king who casts no shadow. A cloth dragon swayed on poles amidst a cheering crowd. From the smoking tower, a great stone beast took wing, breathing shadow fire. Mother of dragons, slayer of lies. So, the first question is, when they call her the slayer of lies, is that literal? Is she supposed to kill these people? Or is it their way of telling her that these people are not who they claim to be? And in particular, is it talking about Azor Ahai / Prince that was promised? Obviously, we can say without a doubt, 100%, the first section. Glowing like sunset, a red sword was raised in the hand of a blue-eyed king who casts no shadow. We can definitively say that that is Stannis of the House Baratheon, the one true king of Westeros, mind you. One, he's got blue eyes. Two, he is the king. And he casts no shadow because he released his shadow, you could say, into Melisandre, creating Shadow Baby. That being said, he is that first part of that prophecy. A cloth dragon swayed on poles amidst a cheering crowd. That is most likely Aegon, or Phaegon, whatever you choose to believe. And let's go into this other quote that happens later in the chapter, when she opens the door. Viserys was her first thought the next time she paused, but a second glance told her otherwise. The man had her brother's hair, but he was taller, and his eyes were a dark indigo rather than lilac. Aegon, he said to a woman nursing a newborn babe in a great wooden bed. What better name for a king? Will you make a song for him? The woman asked. He has a song, the man replied. He is the prince that was promised, and his is a song of ice and fire. He looked up when he said it, and his eyes met Dany's, and it seemed as if he saw her standing there beyond the door. Okay, so obviously, the man was Rhaegar. And it's interesting that he says in this particular section, he says he is the prince that was promised. So is this once again like with Stannis, not being Azor Ahai? Is this them telling Dany that Aegon is not the prince that was promised? And that could be the same thing. Some people believe that there's two separate entities. Some people believe that they're one. So maybe that they're saying, hey, these people are not Azor Ahai. Now, I'd like to know from you guys, the third part, from a smoking tower, a great stone beast took wing, breathing shadow fire. I would like to know what you guys think of this particular portion. I was thinking of tying it back to the Azor Ahai prophecy with what Master Aemon and others have said, saying Azor Ahai must have dragons. Maybe this is saying that she herself is the third lie, because she has dragons, and this is part of the reason why people think that she could be Azor Ahai. Maybe that's just, maybe she's not Azor Ahai because you don't necessarily need dragons to be Azor Ahai. I don't know. I'm just kind of pulling that out of thin air. You guys let me know what you think. Now I want to get to Stannis' vision, and this is from A Storm of Swords, Davos 5. I know the cost. Last night, gazing into that hearth, I saw things in the flames as well. I saw a king, a crown of fire on his brows, burning, Davos. His own crown consumed his flesh and turned him into ash. Do you think I need Melisandre to tell me what that means? Or you? That is from Stannis. It's interesting, you know. When I put these two prophecies together, Stannis seeing a king, most likely himself, a crown of fire on his brows, burning. And then you have this Slayer of Lies prophecy that he's a part of. Well, Dany has dragons. Dragons breathe fire. And I thought it was a possibility that perhaps these two could meet in battle. After Stannis is done with the North, come marching south, Dany finally gets her ass to Westeros, and they lock horns. And perhaps, I'd hate to say it, you know, I'm a Stannis fan, you know, perhaps Dany dragons slay Stannis. I don't know. It's just something I've always thought about. Obviously, the show is kind of made that seem like that's not going to be the case. I mean, obviously, I think if that was really going to happen in the books, I feel like that they would have done that on the show, considering how much D&D loved Dany and hates Stannis. I figured they'd want their favorite character to kill one of their least favorite characters. But, so, probably not. But the prophecy, you know, the prophecy and his vision combined has always been an interesting thing to me. Another possibility I've thought about is King Richard III. I brought this up in my last video with the similarities between Stannis and King Richard III. Another thing about King Richard III is he infamously, when he died, it was reported, or not reported, but people, you know, said that he was shouting, "Traitor, traitor, traitor." Now, I was thinking, could this, if Stannis is based on Richard III, could he be betrayed by Mel and the Queen's men? Perhaps Mel, knowing that Jon is Azor Ahai and not Stannis, can convince the King's men to betray their king. They're obviously very, you know, in bed with the Red God. Perhaps Mel would want to use Stannis' own king blood to bring Jon. I don't know. Once again, this is just speculation. We're theory crafting here. You can tell me if I'm completely off base. But yeah. So going back, Slayer of Lies prophecy. I'd like for you guys to tell me what you think. Stannis' vision, and maybe it's nothing. I don't know. But I would be, you know, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Because some of you guys have some really epic comments, so I would greatly appreciate it to hear what you guys have to say. That's about all I have for this video. I'm going to have more in the future. I was very busy this past week. This next couple weeks, I won't be. So, plan on doing a couple of top 10 videos. One a Song of Ice and Fire related, one not. So, be on the lookout for that. Aside from that, if you liked what you saw, hit the like button. Don't be afraid to comment. I will respond to you. And share it if you'd like. Hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle will be in the description box. And that's it, guys. I greatly appreciate it.